Alright, we talked about Persona last time with 5 Royal Strikers and Tactica. So let's take a little bit of an edgier look and check out SMT5 on the Switch 2. We're going to do Vengeance first and go backwards. 1, because it's downloading for me, and 2, because ever since they delisted the original version of SMT5, most people, if not everyone, should just play Vengeance instead. 5 is just going to be kind of out of morbid curiosity to see if there's any actual differences between playing both versions. Now, what's interesting is SMT5 Vengeance came out last year on everything, was no longer a Switch exclusive, now on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox, and Switch still. There's no native Switch 2 version, but let's see how this once exclusive now holds up on the Switch 2. There's no native patch on the system with it, but we can still check it out and see how it runs. So, load times, still definitely there. Still definitely very present. Not feeling any different than the original. Now, to be fair, this was a pretty lengthy load originally, and this is the first area of the game. This is the open world segment. We've already gotten past the cutscenes. So the game still is locked to 30 FPS. Still got those luxurious... Still got a luxurious set of blue hair there for you. We're going to ignore Algami here. But seems like at least more of a steady 30 FPS than playing it on regular Switch. Let's do a leyline fount warp, because usually this is when the game would give you a nice little bit of chug. And honestly, that's probably more of an Unreal Engine 4 thing in general, so let's reload the map. No stuttering. Pretty fast, especially once you're loaded in. No other load here is nice. And let's try to get into a fight if we can. So, again, this game still has some pop-in texture. Yeah, those cars really wanted to make a point there. Definitely a lot of texture pop-in, still very present. Game still looks fantastic, whether it be 30 FPS or 1080p. Still looks really good. Load into battle, it's the exact same. And nothing crazy. It's still just great SMT5 funness. Okay, now that we've checked out Vengeance, let's check out the now delisted original version of Shin Megami Tensei 5. Thanks to recent kerfuffle changes with the virtual game key cards, even though I own a physical copy of this game, I had to download the digital version completely because the idea of owning a game digitally and physically breaks Nintendo's brain. And with all the DLC downloaded on this puppy, I figured we might as well jump into my maxed out save file. Alright, loads up pretty quickly. There's no opening movie in the original version. I realized as I was playing this that I was about to load up a brand new save, and I was a little shocked to find this out, but this loaded up the open world. By the way, same area as the last one for Recon Vengeance. This literally had a shorter loading screen than Vengeance, which is very weird. So let's do a test. Let's do a test on how fast our stuff goes. Okay. Nothing too crazy here. Pop-in textures are just about the same. Draw distance is probably a little better on Vengeance than in the original. But the game is still completely playable. Still feels like a very solid, much more than the original Switch for the 30 FPS. No complaints, though. Looks pretty good. Let's try and get another shot. I'm going to load us into a different room and see if we can't... see how fast that load was, because that was surprisingly fast. We'll see how hard this is one-handed, by the way. Alright, let's load into a completely new level. Let's go to the second area, and let's do the fairy village. So we're going to do a whole new load screen. Yeah, kind of surprising. I don't know if it's because there's something different in how they were coding Vengeance for multiple systems versus this. But just like, if not a smidge quicker, just as fast as Vengeance. But felt a little faster. I was kind of surprised. Boy, that draw distance just sticks out like a sore thumb. But yeah. Still runs great, still looks great. What's not to love? Hello and welcome back to the finale of this video, recorded 2 days later and halfway across the country. While I was editing the video, I realized I somehow hadn't shown off the most interesting part of this comparison. That is that SMT5 Vanilla somehow, to absolutely no reason at all, loads up extremely fast on Vanilla compared to Vengeance with the Switch 2. And I even checked on the Switch 1. That was like instant. And that's not even like because of the area I was in. I'll do another one just for comparison's sake. But absolutely wild how much faster this game loads. And it's not just the open world, it's through loading in different areas as well. The other areas aren't as long of a load in Vengeance, but it's just the fact that, like, this is just absolutely crazy. Alright, hopefully not go anywhere too crazy. Let's do Odaiba. Look at this. That is so much faster than Vengeance, and it makes like no sense. But hey, the game looks great. Check it out. Fun times had by all. Please don't mind the random speck of dust from the carpet. SMT5 certified pretty cool on Switch 2. Let me know if you're playing it yourself and if there are any other games you want to get some impressions on. TMS Encore Switch 2 impressions coming soon. Bye.